The opportunity to directly impact the opposition, the few teams that are competing for a spot at the major, and then Worlds implications from there. That's what both these teams have, the chance to give the other their first strike on their way out of Swiss.
Yeah, and Dignitas peaked in Regional 1, Luminosity peaked in Regional 2, and who can be our best and most consistent representative of North America? We want to be proud, and we want to see everyone at their peak. It starts with the Swiss, and I know that Dignitas have a lot to prove. They've been a bit on a downfall, and Dignitas are already getting demoed.
See exactly which Dignitas shows up here. I mean, we know how good Luminosity has been over the first couple of splits. Dignitas definitely feels like they've got something to prove. Of course, they've got some ground to make up. Arsenal trying to work his way through all by himself. Shots a little bit wide. Now Evo can't keep control out of the corner. Magic Bear doing all he can to power that downfield and give Luminosity some breathing room.
So far, so good. And she's, especially in Regional 2, MVP-like performance. Just an all-around great player. Over 1 goal a game, 3 shots a game, 2 saves. Like this is a player you can plug and play anywhere. Scored the most amount of goals out of any player in the Regional 2 at 40. Highest goals per game, highest total score. All eyes are on Cheese to see if he can have a performance like that and keep it throughout the tournament.
Well, he's going to collect this here on his back line, get credit for a save, even though it was technically a little bit wide. That demo by Arsenal might have opened the door. Magic Bear's all over it. You know, if a player could have been given MVP while not being on the winning team, Cheese definitely would have fit that bill a couple of weeks ago. I think we're all kind of cheering for Luminosity to take down G2 in that final. Because look, you know, G2, they'd already taken care of business. Let's give Cheese his flowers. What better reward than running it back here in the 3rd qualifier and maybe finishing the job and earning those MVP honors for himself. And it does feel like he's the only one of the 3 that would be capable of putting up numbers like that. But Magic Bear making a heroic save, and then Reynolds couldn't do any more as Gyro rolls underneath him. Reynolds in a real tough spot on the rebound here, and Dignitas overwhelms Luminosity.
Yeah, and Reynolds thought that shot was going high and actually leapfrog over the ball, which I was very surprised about. So an early goal from Dignitas, and I think LG, yes, they're probably one of the favorites to try and dethrone maybe that perfect season coming out of G2. I know that's a long road ahead though, and this is a tone setter of a match. Can LG remain at that peak that they showed us in Regional 2? Can players like Cheese keep impressing everybody? And Dignitas, they missed out on Regional 2 entirely, didn't make the Swiss, so now that they're here, are they here to stay? And Magic Bear close to that equalizer.
In case you hadn't been following in some of the other regions, we also know Rule 1 will be joining the teams in Denmark. They clinched that spot today, as now Magic Bear going to try and lob one in, and Gyro out there as well. This is always the most exciting part of any split, and regardless of the format, this is where you start to figure out who's going to take those major spots. Teams start clinching day by day, and of course a lot of action over the next couple of days. Still just the 1 goal lead here for Dig, trying to expand here, and everything's under a microscope at this point as well, Lemon, right? Because this is your last chance to punch your ticket to the major, and with the 2 splits, then all of a sudden you don't have as much room for error as you might have in a previous season.
Oh yeah, Dig didn't make playoffs, I apologize. But yeah, Dig still have to pave their way to prove that they belong in the top 4. And both these teams, 3rd and 4th in points. And that's the hot seat right now, because as the pre-show alluded to, you still need a top performance in this qualifier in order to make Copenhagen. No one is really feeling safe besides G2, and I'm starting to see signs of life out of Luminosity, and no, that's really close to the post, and Arsenal couldn't tap that one in, even with Magic Bear under pressure. So Dignitas might squeeze out game 1 with a win if they can maintain the 1 goal lead, as Luminosity didn't really put up too many shots. I think they had 2 all of the first half, so it's a slow day for Luminosity.
Luminosity very lucky to not get scored on there. Reynolds got caught up, not quite in a Rule 1, but then he got caught on somebody's car. And then Magic Bear was going to veer for boost. They realized that ball was going to come out low rather than rolling up the wall. They had to turn at the last moment. Luminosity still have a chance here. Cheese around the board. Reynolds also there. That demo opens things up, but nobody's in position. You had Cheese and Reynolds basically right up each other's tailpipe there. Neither could actually turn around and get a shot on. And Luminosity lets a golden opportunity go by the wayside, and Dignitas almost ended it there. Clark's going to hit 0, Arsenal grounds it, and Luminosity are going to be kicking themselves as they did not cash in on a great opportunity. Dignitas hangs on for a 1-0 victory.
I don't know if I want to break the glass and sound the alarm for Luminosity. It is just game 1, but this is not the Luminosity we saw in Regional 2. Like I said, slow day. What we love about Luminosity is that they're an overall balanced, cohesive team. And you had Cheese going as that third with Magic Bear and Reynolds have been together, right? And Cheese has been that MVP. Magic Bear, Reynolds, there's synergy on this team, but we didn't see those dots connect quite yet. Like I said, they only had like 2 shots to maybe I think Dignitas were doubling that in the first half, and things started to pick up. Luminosity were warming up, but Dignitas hold on with game 1 by 1 goal.
And hey, all that matters is the one that gets through, right? I mean, you know, Evo, solid defensive effort for Dignitas, and that, I think I was one of Evo's bigger critics when he debuted. Of course, he debuted with XSET and had just the most miserable debut. You never saw him on the defensive end. It's almost like he didn't know how to play defense. But then you look at what he had around him and you're like, okay, I understand. Ever since then, he has become a much more well-rounded player, and the results have been evident. He's got Dignitas in a great spot here, still within arm's reach of qualifying for the major, and off to a great start here and almost scoring off that challenge. Oh, Evo, oh so close. And now this one headed netward as well. Luminosity really having to scramble in the first 15 seconds. And then after all of that, they almost score on the other side. Oh, everything is so close, but close only counts in horseshoes.
Yeah, Evo scared me a bit there. I wish he cleaned up when he started in the first place. Then Reynolds comes out of nowhere, brings that one home to give Luminosity their first goal of the series.
Well, after all that, Reynolds up to the skies, and Arsenal just a little too slow to reach him. A chaotic 30 seconds that belongs to Luminosity Gaming.
Yeah, Dignitas, gotta worry about those kickoffs too. Gyro will go up high, Cheese missing that, so Dig are stable. And I think you can be pretty stable when you just lay down the red carpet like that, and we're tied 1-1.
Clear the runway, flight Arsenal cleared for takeoff as Gyro runs ahead. The demo through the smoke, and 9 seconds later, we're all squared. This is what we'd expect out of this series. As now Reynolds, indirect for himself, try to line up a double, and Gyro there to meet him.
Now off to the corner. It's a 1-1. You can see the pace picking up compared to game 1. Now that everyone's comfortable, confident, and especially Luminosity needed that wake-up call. A similar wake-up call than I think Dignitas got in Regional 2. Are we going to see the peak Dignitas from Regional 1? They've showed us that potential, and it goes downfield, and Reynolds gets it done again.
Wide open. Reynolds caught in stride, perfectly placed. Cannot afford to give up opportunities like that.
Well, that's just a small 1-goal lead, but hey, for 4 shots and 2 goals, you like that execution, especially coming out of Reynolds. And it's not even needed, these 3-way passes. It's been solo, it's been open nets, and Dignitas, now that the pace is picked up in this game, need to keep up. As in the corner, Arsenal isn't too threatened as Magic Bear slows down the play. And now we're not even into the second half, and Dignitas have some work to do.
Ooh, along the second half of this game, it's oh so close now, is now Arsenal and Evo crisscross in the corner. A little weird to see Evo rotating back where he did, and now Reynolds gonna have to sky this away. Works out all right for Dignitas. They've got the upper hand, even though they're down a goal and back in their own end. They've got an opportunity now to kind of overwhelm Luminosity the way they did early in game one. Evo, flip reset. Cheese has that away. Now Gyro, can he stay with this play? No, Reynolds clears, but Dig coming right back in. You know, if they could just keep that volume of shots up as they did in that opening game, things will open up for them eventually. Magic Bear thought about coming up. Evo goes ahead. Now Gyro with the follow, and Reynolds stands tall. Arsenal looking for a pass, not finding any, and then Evo gets bumped by Reynolds, and that might just kill off the Dignitas attack. If Reynolds can get to this, and he can.
You gotta love what Luminosity's doing on the defense. They have some very valuable touches. They've been able... Dignitas generates is Dignitas will send one player forward, keep the rest at the midfield, and even with that extra presence, Luminosity's counterattacks have been fruitful, they've been scary, and Dignitas haven't been able to puncture through, and it's been quite some time that they've been knocking at that door. And Evo, I think, brings that energy to the field that Gyro and Arsenal really got to connect with.
Around and out again. So Luminosity weathers another storm out of Dignitas. Just feel like 2 is not going to be enough. The way the Dig have attacked here in this first game and a half. One demo in front, inconsequential as Cheese has that away. Taking out Magic Bear could be beneficial in the long run. He's been arguably their best defender through the first couple of events. Now Evo over one and stopped by Reynolds again. Cheese against Gyro, and Cheese has won that matchup quite a bit against everybody in North America, but not this time. Luminosity, though, killing more time into the final minute. They've done well to hold this lead, but I think every LG fan would agree they'd love to see one more, because a 1-goal lead does not seem safe.
Oof. That's a rough touch by Gyro, yet the double commit out of LG, and you really could have made some magic happen, as the Dignitas are only down by 1, and now yet the jump up from Dignitas, giving a chance for Reynolds to put a shot on target, forcing the save out of Evo. Now Evo's been having good setups, the effort is there out of Dignitas, but how does he maybe pass the ball to Arsenal? How does Gyro step up and get involved in the play? Luminosity are just all over you as soon as you get into the blue half, so Dignitas are gonna have to really surprise this defense if they want to break through. And how does Reynolds get away with that? It's a hat trick.
Well, he gets away with that because Magic Bear's downfield. Gyro realizes he needs boost, and maybe would have been better served picking up a few pennies. He had to go for the back corner, and once he turned, he was dead to rights. Magic Bear nudges him out of the way, and Luminosity gets that insurance goal they needed. And now the final few seconds, Arsenal can't make it interesting. Down to 3, gotta score here. Dignitas can't. We've got a series on our hands here in the opening round.
1-1 series. What I noted the most is that Dignitas, when Luminosity's coming in for that attack, Dignitas are racing back. They don't look comfortable, they're not stable, they're barely able to slow down the play out of Luminosity, and Reynolds, when he knows Dignitas are on the back foot, can just get a simple flick above them. Maybe there's a demo that comes in to open things up. Luminosity doesn't feel like they have to try very hard to score, and a 3-1 solidifies that Luminosity are picking things up after game 1, and Dignitas are slowing down.
Oh, what a kickoff to the Mobile One high performance replay. That goal from Reynolds set the pace in game 2. Dignitas answered back, but it was Reynolds again. He had all 3 for Luminosity, all 3 in this series as they were shut out in game 1. And we look at the crooked numbers on Reynolds' scoreline. A couple of demos, 3 goals from 5 shots. Still like to see maybe a few more shots out of Luminosity. They didn't get overwhelmed this time by Dignitas like they did in the opening stage of game 1. Definitely a tale of 2 different games here to open up this series. I think what we just saw, and the desk alluded to it a little bit during the pregame, Lemon, you've got Dignitas all on site, all on location, that boot camp working out for them. you love to see an org invested in their team's success, especially after a lot of NA teams and orgs had kind of come under a lot of criticism for not having that same commitment that maybe European teams in other regions have.
Yeah, and it's nice to see everyone on site together. I think that makes a huge difference for the vibes. I don't know if Violent Panda is there too, but you can pick yourselves up after a loss. You can really celebrate and cherish your teammates when you're there in person. So we'll see if that makes a difference for Dignitas.
And yes, North American fans, I know I said the word Europe on the broadcast. I assure you, this is not an NAEU thing. I am just as tired of it as you are. Onward now to the rest of game 3 here with Evo up the ladder, trying to score on his own. Left it in front for Arsenal, and he will score. Oh, what a setup out of Evo. Magic Bear right there on the backboard. Hey, that's how they teach you. You're supposed to have somebody up there. Go out and meet him. Evo just made a better play, and it's 1-0 Dig.
Well, Dignitas able to come back, and they start off with a solid goal in game 2 as well, but it's Luminosity, the comeback power that you gotta be worried about. You need more insurance than that, and Dignitas have to worry about these counterattacks from Luminosity as Cheese and Magic Bear work the left side. Reddle's trying to break through, but Evo, I think, has had good setups in game 2. Defensively, Dignitas look to be more comfortable, and as that challenge is won, Dignitas have a stronger lead.
Apparently, Gyro's just different. Pinch that right off of Magic Bear. Perfect challenge. We saw a couple of these almost result in goals in game 2. This time, it does find the net as Cheese couldn't catch up to it, and Luminosity find themselves looking up at a 2-goal deficit. Evo just dies right in front of the ball off the kickoff. Planned play out of Dignitas. Will it result in a goal? Not this time. And you do feel like just against Reddles, teams seem to have a lot more effective kickoffs. It's almost like his curse that teams actually do prepare for kickoffs, whereas the rest of the world, you never see it. You see so many bad kickoff goals because everybody's just an autopilot. It's good to see a team actually putting a little bit of thought into it, as Gyro now wins that challenge. Tried to leave it back for Evo. Magic Bear picks it instead, and he scores!
Oh. Well, he's got magic in his name for a reason. Gyro, just the touch intended for someone below him, but it was, I think, the pass was behind the car, so that's where Luminosity will be able to punish. And maybe that's all Luminosity have to hope for, is waiting for a mistake and being at the right place at the right time. Now Cheese and Evo are locked up, so Reddles already pressure that defense. And as that demo goes through, Cheese just gets to escort it to the net.
No lead is safe. Never, ever, ever. Cheese just ahead of the defense. I think the last defender just kind of had to wait a moment to see if maybe Evo could make a play there. Did not work out. Now Evo trying to go right back to work. This could turn into one of those North American shootouts. Gyro, around 1, around 2, but Magic Bear is right there at the back. Everybody from Dignitas had started to retreat. Not fully, but that one actually goes off of Arsenal and all the way downfield. And almost a real lucky break for Luminosity.
Now a tie game with Evo leading that charge. You're seeing the intention there of trying to find Arsenal and set up on the blue hat, but Luminosity are already trying to break up those passes. Luminosity great at slowing down the play. And Evo losing that challenge there to Rattles kills that offense for Dignitas.
Oh, good, clever play by Gyro yet again. Yeah, his kind of resurgence here in North America has been great to see. Not just because, okay, it's me and he's one of my rival series boys, but to see how he's recovered from, I mean, everybody on that Rogue/Koi roster kind of looked like they were all at a dead end. And Gyro has carved out a nice little comeback for himself here with this Dignitas squad. It would be great to see them come back and make their way to the Copenhagen Major. Reddles demolished by Evo. It is Gyro with Arsenal waiting in behind him. Can he get out of the zone? He can, but he's burned all his boost. And Luminosity should be able to get right back on the attack, if not for Evo up there at the ceiling. Great pick, and here comes Dig again.
Yeah, Dignitas need to look more decisive when they get these demos, especially when they're in an offensive situation. Reynolds just dodging that, even running into his own teammate, but off the backboard, Cheese with a touch that goes off to the side, and maybe Arsenal even getting in the way of their plans. So, minute 15 left with Reynolds against Evo. This goes to the midfield where Cheese and Arsenal cannot collide, and this has been really back and forth between the two teams. 105 left and pretty much equal shots, equal goals, but one series lead ahead to whoever can score in the next minute.
Match point for the winner here in game 3. Reynolds with Magic Bear flanking to his right. He gets demolished. He was a little too patient as Arsenal takes him out. Cheese trying to delay and save the possession. Reynolds now. Dive bomb from Arsenal. Can Magic Bear stay with that? No, he's going to back off, and probably wisely so. Arsenal has to make a move around him. Cheese now with 30 seconds. Is this Luminosity's time? It's a double commit on the side wall, and Cheese, oh, he could have won that cleanly into the net. It would have been disastrous for Dignitas. Now Magic Bear, gonna let that one get a little bit away from him. Down to 15 seconds. Cheese bumped out by Evo. Demo on Gyro. Magic Bear waiting. Can Reynolds hit him? He sure can! And Luminosity leads!
The recipe to success, a few demos slowly crawling down the field, a beautiful bounce off the wall from Reynolds, reading the defense like a book with 6 seconds to spare. Luminosity have Dignitas on the back foot to go to match point, unless something special can happen off the kickoff. It is Gyro and friends. Evo is able to maintain possession. There's an important demo and make it 2 for Evo to get the 0-second mark goal.
Everybody waiting patiently. 1 demo, 2 demos. Perfectly done by Dignitas. Evo saves them, and we head to overtime.
Oh man. We were really wondering if these two were going to be close. Arsenal with the shot, and Reynolds barely pitches it off the cross. Now Gyro is still threatening, and Magic Bear with a soft touch that was dangerous. It came out to Dignitas, who couldn't do much with it at the time. As Arsenal waits for his moment to challenge, and he wins it, and Cheese has to send it all the way down. Both teams have been racing back and forth. It's about who was ready on the rotations, and Dignitas already improving on that and truly generating a threat here in overtime.
Not afford to be passive. Though for Luminosity, it's like, what do? We were aggressive on the first one, and Evo picked us apart. Or rather, Gyro. Then on the second, they were passive, and they still got picked apart. Now all they can do is try and get the game winner here in overtime. It was a clever kickoff. Cheese didn't quite send that ball where it needed to go. Here goes Evo now. Cheese with a full tank of boost, circling around and back, avoids the demo, and makes the save on Evo. But now Gyro trying to force his way through. It's still getting dangerously close to the front. Cheese opted to take that himself. Reynolds had jumped, but Cheese goes past him, only to hit Reynolds downfield, and the shot's gonna flicker just a little bit wide.
That was scary because all of Dignitas were on 0 boost. They fell back to their half, all got 100, and Dignitas try to knock out that door. Now Gyro leading that, and they just seem to want to bully Luminosity out of the way if that's what it takes. Luminosity's defense has just been that good that you gotta remove them by force, it seems. But Dignitas' threat level has been good, but some weaknesses on the defense have been shown, and Luminosity are very quick to punish. Now that backboard being utilized, but no one from Luminosity stepping up to take the shot.
The only downside to being here watching this and trying to tell you all the story of this match ourselves is, again, listen to the mental breakdown that Spaceman must be having right now throughout this overtime. Cheese gonna lead that forward, and a little miscommunication between him and Reynolds. So Magic Bear's got to bail them out. Evo demolished by a returning Reynolds. Cheese running free through the middle, and Reynolds popped that one way high and over and to the opposite side. I think everybody was surprised by that one, and that's why Dignitas wasn't able to clean it clearly. Now it is Reynolds Back to his own corner, and everything can settle down for just a moment. They'll have to do it without Arsenal, though, and that does not hinder Dig at all. Magic Bear in a tough spot. Can't save it. Gyro wins the game.
Oh, my God. Luminosity fumble the bag in the red zone. How does this happen? Magic Bear, let that go. You can't let EU make montages, not out of North America. And Dignitas will take it in overtime when Luminosity, they had the demo. They look like they were following the steps that they have showed us in regulation. You demo one, get established in the orange half, do a little pass to win your challenges. They make it look easy. But then Luminosity got demo. They got step one, and then some missed touches gave Evo the ball, who makes it happen for Dignitas. 1 goal, 3 assists, 2 save, 4 shots. I'm loving what Evo was doing for his team, especially in overtime. So Dignitas now on match point.
Again, the saga continues for Evo, trying to lead his team back. I know a lot of the attention is on Arsenal. He's the big signing for Dignitas. But Evo had his handprints all over that game and that big comeback effort out of Dignitas. A couple of goals out of Gyro as well. Man, oh man, so many twists and turns in that game alone. Oh, by the way, there's still at least one more game.
I think North America has been growing so much. The teams like OG, Pirates on the Boat, Omelette are growing at exponential rates. And Dignitas were kind of telling me after Regional 2, when losing to teams like that they were starting to fall behind the pack. And now that you're on match point against Luminosity, maybe if you can pull out a win in this series, I think would be a huge statement for Dignitas to prove that not only are they back here in Swiss, but they are back in general, morally, and you can tell the difference that it makes to be there in person, as a demo was already stressed LG, and the pressure is on.
Well, if you practice like garbage, you're going to play like garbage, so it's very important to have that level of preparation, and it's paying off so far for Dignitas. They've got to finish the job here, though, in Game 4. It's Gyro. Oh, that was very favorable, and Reddles read it the whole way. And now Evo pinched that one back in front of the net. Arsenal there trying to get a piece of Magic Bear. The demo on Reddles will certainly hinder Luminosity. So Cheese has to slow this down. He doesn't have any pressure behind him, and he does clear the center line. Can Magic Bear win the challenge? No. It's brought right back in as Arsenal gives Reddles very little time to breathe. Demo on Cheese at the back. Down in front, and nobody's home.
Yeah, Arsenal's been going for demos, and Gyro needed someone to pass to, and Arsenal was still on the same side as him, so Dignitas completely commanded the first minute of the game. They're the only ones putting down some shots. Magic Bear wanted to pinch that into the box, and that was the only signs of life coming out of Luminosity's offense so far, and Dignitas can usually start off with a lead, and Luminosity's counterattacks were what was most deadly about them in Game 1 and sort of Game 2. Now Dignitas are the ones that are really showing themselves on offense, and Arsenal guiding this through the right side, and Luminosity are all over them, but the challenges are starting to go the way of Dignitas, where they're finding those gaps, and whether with demos or bombs, Arsenal has a chance. Evo just has to tap it in, and she saves.
Wow, how does that stay out now? Gyro for Arsenal, and that's going to go a little bit wide. Missed opportunity there for Dignitas, just a victim of circumstance collectively. Just nobody could get the read. Here goes Magic Bear. Reddles trying to run interference. Gyro up very early, made the adjustment. Well done defensively as Dignitas hold the line for now. That's perilously close to the net, and Arsenal up to the backboard to meet it. Now Cheese can't force his way through Gyro. He's got around Magic Bear. Only for the moment, though. Great job by Magic Bear staying with the play, and he's rewarded with an assist. Cheese scores. What else is new?
Dignitas just had no boost. Almost every player, I think, was under 25, and getting boost starved, not winning your challenges, and not being able to bring much power or speed to the play to find a way to get out of a defensive clinch like they were in. Luminosity's pressure was just too much. Now they start off with a goal, Now here comes Cheese. Nevo gets a pinch, but he goes out in front of the net. You like that Gyro was there first. Arsenal maybe setting up Evo for success, but now Dignitas are all getting mixed up with each other, giving a chance for Luminosity to breathe, plan, and execute.
Counter-attack opportunities are certainly available for Dignitas. Magic Bear was way up. Didn't pay the price for it there. Now Gyro. Good win, that goes over Evo, but he can stay with it. No, he's the decoy as Arsenal runs on. Now Evo will play this, but Cheese is up to meet him. Gyro hard off the backboard. Evo still in front. There's a demo there as Magic Bear's taken out, and Cheese bails out Luminosity big time.
Oh, Arsenal intended to hit that top corner and just couldn't put it on target. You're gonna kick yourselves, especially after Luminosity's counterattack results in a goal.
This is supposed to be a pass. I don't know if it was intended for Evo to stay back a little bit or if the pass just went too strong, but it was picked off, and it's a pick six back the other way with 1:40. Fake kickoff could blow up here in Dignitas' face as Cheese is right there to stop Arsenal, and now they've really got to scramble with 90 seconds left.
Even Reynolds and Magic Bear getting mixed up gives a chance for Dignitas to threaten the net. Magic Bear with a soft touch summons the attention of Gyro to try and take a shot, but 50 after 50, LG neutralized the play and want more insurance than the tube, but Arsenal robs them, and this drops maybe into the lap of Evo, who has a chance to pop it to Gyro. Beautiful and powerful shot to give Gyro and friends of Dignitas a chance.
Nothing left to desire about this one. Evo, quick reflex to get that out in front. Gyro, right place, right time. Perfectly executed. Gyro's got 4 in the series. He leads all scorers. Can they finish this, though? Still effort needed to bring it all the way back. Evo, great recovery. Arsenal up ahead. Evo is looking for the midfield boost. It wasn't there for him, and this skips harmlessly across all the way to the opposite side. Gyro trying to make a huge read from the ceiling. That didn't work out, but he got a demo on his way back. Is still inconsequential. Cheese already back in the play, and Evo took him out again. Gyro almost clear, but Reynolds with the save.
Luminosity are known to be such that organized team, but when you hit them with demos, that can all fall apart, and that's what Dignitas had been relying on. Gyro with the reset off the ceiling. Cheese makes the save, and Luminosity want to get themselves out of this bind, but the threat is still there. Evo escorts it to the right. Arsenal is ready to step up. The challenge going up high to Evo. Gyro involved in the play, but Dignitas just can't seem to hammer this ball at the back of the net for the equalizer. And as the seconds drain by, it's one last chance for Gyro, but because of Magic Bear pops up, the ball is still in the air, and Evo can't seem to help this through, but Gyro another 0-second goal. Overtime ahead.
He breaks their precious hearts again. Oh, what a scramble out of Dignitas. They got the demo on Reynolds back at midfield, so he was out of the play. He was still recovering, getting back into it, and then he almost did it on the kickoff. Follow-up is saved by Reynolds. Oh, Slater on the goal line just barely kept Luminosity alive in round 1.
Dignitas know that they have Luminosity panicked. They gotta keep up this momentum. Here's Gyro slowly up the wall, now pinching it off to the side. Dignitas now have to leave the play. Arsenal was still able to grab the corner boost though, so maybe you can starve Luminosity to kill those chances at a counterattack. But Magic Bear does not care. Evo to the ground as Cheese picks it up, and Luminosity need to send us into game 5, or this is gonna be an early loss and then maybe an unexpected one, depending on who you're a fan of for Luminosity, depending on how this overtime goes.
Arsenal won the race to the midfield boost, but he got demolished for his efforts. Evo had to be quick out for that, but then realizes nobody there, so he can just leave that. But now Magic Bear forcing this through the corner. Set up Reynolds. Can't force game 5 just yet, and Cheese sends that out to the corner. And Dignitas still have a chance to close this out here in game 4. Evo to the skies. Arsenal waiting. Gyro back beyond midfield. Had to jump again. Reynolds was chasing him down. Arsenal for Evo. No, let him way too far, and Magic Bear's got it.
And Magic Bear had issues with the dribble, even when Reynolds was clearing the way, chasing bumps. Luminosity, it's a step-by-step process, and their offense has been clinical, but Dignitas have the speed and the aggression, but they don't have Arsenal. So Evo and Gyro just trying to slow down the play, and Dignitas have gotten better at that as Evo sends it all the way back to the blue side.
Teams can settle back into this little ping pong back and forth, wait for somebody to blink. Maybe Luminosity opens the door. Reynolds, slow play, stuffed by Gyro. And it is going to go wide. Cheese can collect that corner boost, and he can go right back to work for LG. Gyro circling back around. He makes the save on Magic Bear's game-winning effort. Now,
Well, Dignitas is stressing us
Arsenal,
out, though.
no, nothing there. Or is there? Gyro, up high, down hard, no, it's set away.
Dignitas are making saves, but if you're a Dignitas fan, you gotta get your heart checked. The way that they just are letting Luminosity get into spots where they can put shots on target. Yes, the saves are there out of Dignitas, but how long can this hold up with Evo on your side? It's possible. Gyro with the shot. Dignitas take the series.
Gyro, Armenian for game. Just like that. He breaks their hearts again and